Today on Queen Latifah, Billy Ray Cyrus opens up about Miley.
Is it tough for you as a dad to watch everything she goes through sometimes?
Plus, millionaire Cedric the Entertainer.
Asking all of these questions, does it make you a smarter person?
I'm on the show looking very important, but I have no idea what's going on.
And the Gator Boys. Plus, a military vet gets a makeover. It all starts now.
Enjoy yourselves in the queendom. Big sexy. I'm so excited because the man who got me on the floor, country line dancing, Billy Ray Cyrus, is on the show. Yes. Plus, you deserve a laugh, so I brought one of the funniest guys I know. Cedric the Entertainer is here. We worked together on Barbershop too. We had so much fun, and I'm really looking forward to this. This is kind of crazy. I don't know what this says about me, but I'm so excited because from the hit show on Animal Planet, the Gator Boys are here. I got them Gator Boys. Oh my goodness. I love all those shows. I mean, pretty much anything that's set in the swamp, I kind of get into those kinds of shows. And later in the show, they are going to let me hold one of them gators. They're safe, right, Corn? Listen, don't play with me. I am from Jersey, and I'm not used to holding gators. But I'll work it out. I'm not Jersey strong. But first, I'd like to keep my friends close and my close friends even closer. Say hello to my DJ du jour, MC Lyte. Hi, Lyte. Hi. You look beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you.
Are you excited about the Gators like I am?
Yeah. I'm going to leave that all up to you.
Really?
Yeah.
You sure you don't want to hold the little gator? We could just hang out with the gators.
No, I'm very sure.
They're just this big.
That big.
Maybe just a little longer. They're
Anything
not that
big with teeth like that can't talk to tell me if something is wrong, I'm going to pass. Yeah.
Oh, Lyte, you are crazy. That's why I love me some you. Oh. Okay, like many of you, I love surfing the internet, but as soon as you see a story about what's right in the world, then you see something that's just plain wrong. Is this the truth or what? Let me show you what I mean. This is what's right. The plaza cleaners in Oregon posted this sign: if you're unemployed and you need an outfit clean for an interview, we will clean it for free. They've helped, yes, that's awesome. They've helped over 2,000 unemployed. You see, that's what's right in the world. Hold up. Hang on. Because then I saw this. It's a special spoon that helps you dunk your cookies in milk. Like, really? You're too lazy to do your own dunking. You just don't deserve a cookie. That's just plain wrong. But then I saw this and it made me smile. During a 5K run, Lance Corporal Miles Kerr saw this little boy struggling to finish the race. And the kid was like, "Can you help me finish?" So he ran with the boy the rest of the way and even let him cross the finish line first. You see? Now that right there is what's right in the world. But then I saw this. Business cards made of meat. Your info is seared into the meat with a laser beam. Now that is just plain wrong. You know who likes those? Lady Gaga and your dog. That's who's gonna like those. Okay? Now finally, here's a story that is so right. This racing pigeon got lost at sea, but somehow landed on a British Navy ship in the middle of the ocean. The crew nursed her back to health and gave her a ride home. Now that is what's right in the world. But then I saw this. A hamburger artificially grown in a scientist's lab. Ugh. I'm sorry, y'all. I can't really get with that. Whoever came up with this is just plain wrong. And I bet you I know what his business card looks like. And that's what's right and wrong in the world. We'll be right back with Billy Ray Cyrus. Still ahead. You have 3 kids now. Do they think Dad is funny?
They my kids. They should idolize me. I pay for their rent and everything, you know.
And next, is it tough for you as a dad to watch everything she goes through sometimes?
Miley's a very creative artist. That intangible of reinvention, that's the thing. You have to figure that out yourself. You can't really count on somebody else to give you that lesson.
My first guest gave us an achy, breaky heart. Since then, he's sold more than 25 million albums and has written a book called Hillbilly Heart. Please welcome Billy Ray Cyrus.
This is great. I've been wondering what it is so special about your set here and why it was so cool.
You figured it out?
I figured it out. They told me that Lenny Kravitz designed it.
Yes.
And everything he does is cool.
It's very cool. What's up, Billy Ray? You know, that hug was kind of right. You been in the gym? What's going on? I'm serious. I was like, oh, Billy Ray, you're kind of strong there.
Well, thank you.
Which I enjoy.
Well,
thank
okay.
you so much for a great hug. I'm a big fan of country music. I love the storytelling. I love the harmonies, the melodies, right? Don't we? Now, when you first broke on the scene, and this was amazing for me to hear, Johnny Cash himself wrote you a letter.
That's right.
Reached out to you.
He did.
What'd he say?
In June of '92, he wrote a handwritten letter that basically said, it was good to be reminded where all things that are good come from Almighty God above. And he said that I reminded him of his buddy Elvis Presley. And
wow.
That in my case, as in Elvis's, the good outweighs the bad. Let him have it. I'm in your corner, Johnny Cash. And it was just it was a great source of strength at that time. I've always loved Johnny Cash, and to this day, I'm his #1 fan.
So cool.
But that was a great source of strength, that letter.
I know that must have meant a lot to you at the time. Is that something that you pass on to your daughter?
It's passed on in the front page of the book. Johnny Cash actually speaks in the book before I do. If you turn the page here, you'll see Johnny's opening the letters in there, exactly in his handwriting and the whole deal.
It sure is.
And Miley grew up in the house. The letter always hung on the wall there at the house, and so I'm sure she had read the letter several times. And she grew up in a house where you'd see Waylon Jennings.
Right.
Ed King, the great, Leonard Skinner guitar player that wrote Sweet Home Alabama and so many of their great songs. Ed sitting at the kitchen table showing Miley the chords to Sweet Home Alabama, or Waylon showing her Good Hearted Woman.
And of course, Dolly.
Dolly,
Dolly Parton is around, so she's had amazing people in her life. I really respect her as an artist, but is it tough for you as a dad to watch everything she goes through sometimes?
It's like everything, there's an opposite and equal reaction. For everything that is good, there's got to be, a flip side to that. Miley's a really smart young lady, and she's a very creative artist, that intangible of reinvention. That's the thing that Dolly is so good at.
Yes,
you know,
she is.
That's the thing. You know, you go through, you make your music, you do your art, and there comes a time where you have to figure that out yourself. You can't really count on somebody else to give you that lesson.
You know, for someone who's had such huge success, has a daughter who's hugely famous, very successful, it's wonderful that you find ways to continue to inspire and give positive things back. Like Hope is Just Ahead. So tell me a little bit about what keeps you giving hope to the world, or makes you think that you need to express that.
Well, I'm always striving and in search of purpose. I don't think it was a coincidence that I bought a guitar and started a band. I always believed that there was a reason, you know, that the music was my purpose, and that I pray every day that God will give me the wisdom and the vision to fulfill that purpose, to do the things I'm supposed to do, to be the person I'm supposed to be, to sing the songs I'm supposed to sing. This particular song, Hope is Just Ahead, I wrote years ago, the day after Columbine. And ironically, it was at a time my life was moving so fast. I was writing so many songs, and right after I'd written the song, I signed up for my first series, Doc. And Doc was a story of hope and faith and, you know, belief in your dreams, and I felt like that was part of that purpose. And at one time we even used a little bit of the chorus in the show Doc, as Hope is Just Ahead, but there was just so many things coming and going, and I swore I'd never do another series after I did the Doc. And then the next thing you know, Hannah Montana comes along and sign up for another series, and here we are. So all that to say, I'm still that same guy, still striving for that purpose. And I mentioned earlier Kenny Aronoff. Kenny was in the studio when we were recording this album, Changed My Mind, a year ago. And we had taken a break, and I went off to the corner, and it was on a day that another shooting had taken place up in Ohio at a school. It was on the news, and my mind just started going back to this song, Hope is Just Ahead, and I was in the corner playing it, just me and the guitar, and Kenny came by and said,
song for a few years.
I've had it for like over a decade.
And your mind just went to the chords, and you just started playing it.
Yeah, it was quite a, you know, it was, and it just came back to me, and Kenny was like, man, where did that song come from? And I said, I wrote it, you know, years ago with my buddy Don Von Tress, and he said, we need to cut that right now, and the band gathered around, and we cut it, and you know, everything just kind of happens for a reason, and I'm striving for that purpose through the music and the songs.
Well, I think you definitely found a purpose in it, because I think it's important to when you have that talent that you do, to give that back. That is something that's pure, and I'll tell you, you're huge, your daughter is huge. I love when the pure talent cuts through all of that and speaks from your voice to my heart, from your daughter's voice to our hearts, to our ears. It cuts through all the hype.
Thank you for saying.
No, it's the truth. And I appreciate you giving your gift of music. Thank you so much. Later in the show, Billy Ray's going to perform his song, Hope is Just Ahead. So don't go anywhere. You don't want to miss that.